Welcome back to Zach Going Fire. In today's video, we're going to go over what credit cards we use to get cash back and points. We're going to start off with the cards that we use the least and work our way up to the cards that we use the most. Make sure you stick around to the end for an extra bonus. Maybe it's a credit card, maybe it's not. So I procrastinated a lot about making this video for a couple of reasons. First of all, I did not want to uh, give you the impression that I promote using credit cards or that I am trying to be a credit card channel. This channel will mostly be about ways to save and invest and retire early. Credit cards are a tool for you to earn extra along the way. And I look at anything I get back from credit card usage as just icing on the cake. Don't make the mistake that I made when I was younger and pay so much attention to uh, which cards to use and what kinds of purchases you should make with your cards. Instead, you should focus on how you can make more money, earn more money, how you can make your money work harder for you, and how you can save more money. Just don't get caught up in the credit card game. This channel is not going to be as good as some of the other channels are that focus on credit cards. I just don't want to get into the details about that. We're going to start off with the Apple credit card, which gives us 1% back on all purchases, 2% back if we use Apple Pay, and 3% back on Apple purchases. So we really use this card now just for Apple purchases, but it is one of the easiest cards to use. And if you only wanted to use one simple credit card, I would recommend the Apple credit card. Then we have the Disney Chase Premier credit card, which we get a 10% discount on certain Disney purchases, whether it's Disney dining or Disney merchandise. And we really just keep this card because my wife is such a huge Disney fan. Then we have the Chase Freedom Flex card. This card gives us 5% back in rotating categories that change every quarter. And this quarter, the category is department stores, and we don't really shop much in department stores. But sometimes if we want to buy like a gift or something like that, then we'll go there to get we'll have to use the Freedom Flex when we do that. Then we have the Discover It card. This card also gives us a 5% cash back in rotating categories every quarter. And the categories this quarter are Amazon and drugstores. We don't really shop much at drugstores, and for Amazon, we use a different card for that, which I'm going to go into next. We do have Amazon Prime, and we do a lot of our shopping on Amazon. So we of course needed the Amazon store card that gives us 5% cash back on all purchases from Amazon. Then we have the Bank of America customized cash card, which you can select every month a category that you want to get 3% cash back in. And we usually use this for all online purchases as the category. So anytime that we're buying something online that doesn't fit into Amazon or one of the other categories, then we'll use the Bank of America card for the 3% cash back. Then we have the Sam's Club MasterCard that gives us 3% cash back at Sam's and 5% cash back with any gas purchase. So that's normally what we use the card is gas purchases. We actually use a different card usually for shopping in Sam's. Then we have the Bilt MasterCard from Wells Fargo, and we use that to pay our rent with, and we get 1% back on our rent money. And we also can use that for 3% back on dining. And Bilt points are very valuable points. We can transfer out to airlines and hotels. So this is a card with currently a zero annual fee. Next year, Bilt will have three different cards, and two of them will have fees. I'm not sure if we'll be transitioning to one of the other cards that has a fee, or whether or not we'll even need to keep this card once we no longer have rent to pay. We have the US Bank Cash Plus card, and this lets you select categories to earn 5% back in. And this is one of the only cards that I could find that allowed you to earn 5% cash back on utilities. So we set this option up for utilities, and we pay our electric bill on this card. Then we have the IHG card. And this card is the first card that we're going to be going over that has an annual fee of $99 a year. Now, with that $99 a year, we do get one free night at an IHG property. I believe it's up to 60,000 points for that usage, so that should more than cover the $99 annual fee. And we plan on using this card mainly just for when we stay at IHG properties, where we can earn between 10 and 26% back. Now, that's not really cash back per se. It's really what to get the most usage out of those points, we'll be using that to stay in IHG properties. We would use this card more because it has great multipliers of like 5 and 10% on a lot of categories, but the points are not really worth much. Now we're going to talk about the Capital One Venture X. The Capital One Venture X is what I would call a premium travel card, and it has a $395 annual fee. Um, but I think that is very easy to make up for in value because they give you a $300 annual travel credit, which is very easy to use. And they also give you 10,000 points every year on your anniversary, which is also worth about $100 in travel. So they're essentially paying you $5 to keep the card as long as you're using it for travel. And I definitely plan on getting my money's worth out of that. Above and beyond that, it's great as a 2x card, or 2% back on every purchase. So it's a great catch-all card. And it also gives you 5% back on flights and hotel rentals, vacation rentals and hotels. But it really shines in its rental cars. You get 10% back on rental car. So I plan on basically using this as my catch-all card, and also for certain travel. When we're not staying at an IHG property, I might use it for the hotel and for Airbnb and things like that. But the Venture X is definitely one of my favorite cards right now. Now we get to our most expensive and our newest card, the Bank of America Atmos card. So with this card, it's basically for the Alaskan and Hawaiian Airlines, $399 a year. I'm not sure whether we will keep this card. We got a great bonus to open the card up and hit the spend for the bonus on that. But going forward, we're not currently using the card a lot, but when we want to buy airline tickets, we'll be able to use the points that we have for the sign-up bonus to get the airline tickets. And when we start traveling and living in other countries, we'll be able to get 3% back on all foreign transactions. And this is the only card that I can think of that does that. And so we might actually use this more than the Venture X, because 3% back on all foreign transactions, that'll be while we're living abroad for 90% of our time. We might be using this card a lot, and we'll use those points to get airline tickets to fly us back. It also gives us lounge access and other things like that when we fly with certain airlines. And for the bonus, we have the PayPal debit card. This is actually one of my favorite cards. We use this to get 5% cash back on all dining purchases. So we normally don't like to use a debit card, But this debit card, we just put a small amount in, and so it's not linked up to any other transactions. And every month you can pick the category that you want 5% back in. And I usually pick dining because it's just a really easy way to get 5% back every time we go out to eat. I am thinking about getting the Chase Sapphire Reserve card in the future to help offset the cost of travel insurance. From what I understand, even with the annual fee that just recently went up, it still would greatly benefit us traveling around the world for the travel insurance that it provides. Let me know in the comments down below if you think that would be a good idea. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe and hit the little bell icon if you want to be reminded about future videos that I put out. And until next time, guys, let's continue to drive towards financial freedom.